Good morning. Welcome back. Simon Says Farms. It's Sunday. It's Super Bowl Sunday. Yesterday was a crazy day, an emotional roller coaster, and I'm about to do what I do for a living, is tell stories. At about 4 a.m. yesterday morning, my uncle passed away. As some of you might know, he's been fighting cancer for 5 years. The doctors gave him 6 months. He waited 5 years. He's always been an overachiever. There are just so many memories all wrapped up inside my head. And it's funny because Winston, that car, the VW Bug, reminds me of him, even though he had nothing to do with that car, because he was always buying old junk cars and fixing them up. Remember, he bought my brother a Volkswagen Fastback once, way back, and when he backed it into the garage, he bent the door backwards because he forgot to close it. But even this farm kind of reminds me of him. To make a long story short, because it's cold out here and I got to go do the barn, and I'll get all emotional if I go too long. People all over Facebook are writing, he was loved by so many. But I remember way back when I was super young, he introduced me to dirt bikes. I mean, my dad was obviously involved, right? Divorced family. My mom raised my brother and I like we lived with her. She was a single parent, myself and my brother. Like, that's what she did. She was an emergency room nurse. She raised us. We lived at the babysitter's house sometimes. We slept there. It was I'm not complaining about my life at all. It was an interesting life. And then you had dad, who was the weekend dad. I mean, that's how divorce settlements work, right? So weekend dad turns into, what are we going to do this weekend? It was always fun. It was, where are we going? What are we doing? The grocery shopping, the clothes buying, the schoolwork was not done on the weekends. It's just the way life worked out. So my dad was a military dad, very stressed out his whole life, I think. I don't know. I'm not sure, but really, his getaway was New York. His getaway was my uncle. I mean, if you think about it, that's where my dad lives now, in New York. So this picture you see here is me on a horse. For my first time, I think I don't know how old I am in that picture, maybe 10, 11, I'm not sure. Even younger. I was in my uncle's driveway. This picture you see here too is me on a dirt bike, my first dirt bike ever, which is funny because, again, my uncle bought that dirt bike at an auction for his girlfriend at the time. His girlfriend fell off it in the first 10 minutes and said, I'm never getting back on. So he let me have it. And then my dad had to spend a couple $100 getting it fixed. And then I siphoned gas out of my dad's car to make the dirt bike work and drank some gas. The stories go on forever. Everything. I live on a farm. He lived on a farm. He had horses. He was an artist. He performed. I perform. I do. One of the last things he said to me that I remember was just during New Year's. When we got the whole family up there, thank God, we got the whole. That's why we do what we do. At the end, when everybody's like, this person doesn't have a lot of time, make sure you get your time, blah, blah, blah. That's why we packed everybody up in the car. My snow stick fell. And not like I need it. It's not snowing this year. Yeah, we packed everybody up in the car. Had a New Year's Eve, New Year's celebration with him. He knew. Because I remember my dad said it at the table. He goes, he said something like, to the whole family about, happy 2024. And my uncle literally goes, 2024, I'm not going to be here in 2024. It's 2023. We're going from 22 to 23. He knew. He knew. He's like, oh, geez, that's too much pressure. I'm not making it that long. He knew. He's not hurting anymore. I forgot where I was going. All I know is that I'm going to remember him forever. Okay. The barn's all done. I think I remember where I was going. He said, New Year's, we were watching a bunch of our old YouTube content video. We were using this YouTube channel as like it's like a digital scrapbook, just like it's designed. And we were all in the living room. We were watching. We were flipping through, and he was like, "Aaron, you're good at this. It's like you're really comfortable on the camera. You're a really good performer." He was a performer, and he was on stage a lot, and he was one, if I can think of it correctly, one of the only entrepreneurs in our family to not work for the big corporate world, you know, and did his own thing. So yeah, there's a lot there. There's a lot of memories. There's a lot of stories. Good ones, bad ones, they're all there. It's a family. But you'll never forget. I didn't want to bring everybody down. Like, it's Super Bowl Sunday. It's game day. It's a good day to spend time with family. So enjoy your day. I'm sorry. I tell stories, and I'm not going to hide it for too long, you know. I just got to put it out there because it's on my mind. Every time I cut wood, every time I think of water skiing, horses, like dirt bikes, old cars, you name it, I think of him. See you guys again tomorrow.